Hi everybody, welcome to week 2 of Nifty Knitting with Kyra. I'm so excited for you guys to join me this week and do this week's craft. I hope that you guys are enjoying knitting and that you're learning a lot. I know that last video was super easy, so this week we're going to take it up just a little bit of a notch. I can't wait for you guys to join me, and I really can't wait to see all the crafts that you guys are doing. So let's get into this one. So this week we're going to be creating the butterfly craft. It's a little butterfly. It's really cute. Some supplies you're going to need this week. At home you're going to need these cotton balls. Of course you'll need your hook and your needle this week, as well as your all too favorite loom, the 2 pipe cleaners that are in your bags, and then you're also going to need the scissors at home. So you're going to need that at home. Also, don't forget your yarn ball, of course. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move some stuff over so we don't have things flying all over our table. So now what you're going to do is we're going to work on casting your piece. So first thing you're going to do is we're going to start again with the whole slip knot process. So what we do is we slide this over our finger just like that. You're going to take this piece and you're going to pull it just like that. Pull this up right here. Keep holding on to this end, and then you're going to pull that piece on through, and then look, we have a slip knot. It should be adjustable. And then we're going to add this to your anchor. So add that to your anchor hook, and then tighten your slip knot on it just like that. Don't put it too tight because you're going to need to take that off in a minute or two, but for now just leave it like that. Now what you're going to do is, remember, if you're left-handed, you can go to the left. If you're right-handed, you go to the right. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go to the right. So what you do is you're going to slide this piece. You're going to slide this right behind your peg, and you're going to slide it right there. Okay? Now you can label your pegs. I label mine with a Sharpie just to remember where I am. So now what you're going to do is you're going to slide this little guy over just like that. So you're going to skip a peg each time, okay? So slide it behind just like that. You want to slide them just like that, okay? And then now what you're going to do is you're going to do the easiest thing ever. So you're going to slide this over. You're going to slide it under here behind that dark peg, and you're going to slide the piece of yarn all the way around your loom, okay? So it'll look like this. It'll look a whole lot like this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook. Make sure that you hold this loose piece down. You're going to take your hook, and then you're going to slide this piece over on top. It might feel a little tight when you first start it, but keep going, and it's gonna loosen up just a little bit. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just sliding those over, and it's okay if you lose hold of this, but just, you know, make sure that you're holding on to your piece, okay? So keep sliding it just like this. So with your hook, you're going to keep sliding it, okay? So now you're going to do that same thing again. So you're going to push this all the way down, push it all the way down to the bottom. You're going to keep doing this. So you're going to pull them all the way around to that first peg, and then you're going to keep going. So keep pushing this piece just like that all the way onto your loom, okay? So you're going to keep going in a circle to make sure you fasten it through. Just like this. And see, it may be a little bit hard to see, but it should work, okay? You're going to keep going. And then see this piece that just started? You're going to do the exact same thing, just like that, okay? So now you have it anchored on there. So I'm going to push it down to the bottom, and then push this anchored piece down through your loom and hold it so it's not in your way. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to keep doing that process over and over again. So you're going to keep doing this process. You're going to slide this over your loom, and you're going to keep going, just like that. And see, this process is going to seem like it's taking forever. You're going to keep doing this over and over again. And for this project, yeah, you're going to keep doing it over and over again, but you're going to just keep watching what you're doing, okay? So just keep pulling those over each peg. There you go. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to go over, over, just like that, over and over again. This is just the same thing over and over again. And that's a lot of what knitting is. It's you're doing the same thing over and over again. So you're just going to keep pushing this over just like that. There we go. Push them over. Okay. Now see, once you got into about this big, you're going to keep pulling those over. But now what you're going to do, you don't want to leave this on there for too long and that it goes too far, because then you might lose your anchor peg. So you're just going to pull this down in, and then see how you can pull those. Make sure that this thing never comes out of its loop. So just keep pulling those down and keep pushing them. Alrighty, and so what you're going to end up doing is you're going to make sure that your tube that you're making for your butterfly's body is 3 cotton balls deep. Is actually 4 cotton balls deep. So you're going to make sure that it becomes that big. Eventually, you're going to keep working it. It's going to come out to be about this long. This is one that I already started on. Okay? So you keep doing that process where you loop it over and over again. See, we're going to do it a couple more times on this one. Okay, so see, we have the little body. We're going to keep pushing those through. So see, we're going to do it a couple more times. Keep pulling them over just like this. Okay, if you make a mistake, that's okay. You can just slide, you can look on this end and find the one that you just looped it over, and then just pull it right back over the peg the same way you did on the other side. Okay, so just keep sliding. See, you also might lose your anchored peg that's already on there. You're just going to keep sliding that over, okay? So just make sure that you're watching what you're doing. Don't worry about how fast that you're going. If it takes you a long time, that's okay. If it doesn't take you very long at all, that's also okay. That's actually really great, okay? So see, now that we have those, you're going to take your cotton balls in first. This is something that you're always going to do first, and you're going to push those cotton balls and you're going to stuff it just like that. So stuff it inside of your loom, okay? I have really short fingers, so also you can push them in with this end of your hook, and then you just push them in just like that. Keep pushing them. There we go. And then this one might sit at the top a little bit because you got some space up there because you have this part, okay? So now what you're going to do is, remember, we're going to cut this part off, okay? Leave a little space, like leave quite a bit of yarn. So, you know, I suggest that you leave a lot. And then you're just going to clip that off, put the little yarn ball over to the side, okay? Oop. And then you're going to grab your extra piece. So it's going to look a whole lot like this. So now we're going to learn something a little bit more difficult to do. So what you're going to do, I'm going to bring this little guy over. I suggest that you push your stitches up to the top. So I'm going to pull them up, if I can remember how to do that. You're going to pull them all the way up, just like this, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to do some purling. Now purling is when you pull. So remember purling and pulling, okay? So you're going to put this piece right here. You're going to put it underneath the top piece, your already knitted part. And you're going to grab your hook and you're going to slide it on top of that piece right there. You're going to slide it just like that. And see, you're going to turn it facing you, and then you're going to turn it all the way just like that, and you're going to pull this string through it, okay? And we're going to do that for the entire row. You're going to keep doing that. You're going to put this right there, twirl it just like that, okay? Again, we're going to push it. We're going to grab this. We're going to push it. We're going to pull it through. Purling is really easy because it's going to make a drawstring. So when you pull your string, it's going to tighten up and make everything into one big tube. So you're just going to keep purling it just like that. And in other techniques and other crafts that you may do with the loom, you might need purling, you know, to tighten out a hat or tighten up a scarf at the bottom so you can add a pom-pom to it. For this, we're not adding the pom-pom, we're just sliding that little piece through, okay? And see, purl it through, just like that. Okay, just keep pulling those. Be gentle with it, all right? Okay, we're almost to our last peg. Okay, and this is also going to be how we get our knitted piece off of the loom. So just like that, you're just going to purl. There we go. And pull it. So that's your last one. So make sure that you're holding on, you have this one, it's all the way through, and your thing's going to look like this. It's going to look like it has a little frame wrapped around it, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this off just like that. Yeah, so you're going to pull all your pieces off of the loom. Okay. Just make sure that you have your hook with you. Okay. And then see how it loosens up. Same way with our flower last time. You just pull the rest of it off of the loom. Okay, so we are done with our loom for today. So we're going to put the loom to the side, and you're going to pick up this piece, this end piece, and you're just going to pull it just like that, just like a drawstring. You pull it just like that. Okay, so now your piece should look a lot like this. Okay, so to make the defined head, you don't have to do this, but I think it gives it a lot of character. Okay, so you can, first thing we're going to do is we're going to tie off your body. So what I suggest doing is you take your knitting needle and you thread it into your knitting needle. So you're going to, like I did last time, I push it just like this, and then I'm going to go slide this piece right on in. It should take a minute, I can't see very well. Okay, and you're going to slide it on through, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it through over the opening. I'm going to push it right through there, and we're going to pull it through, okay? And then what I did for the head part is I tied it off. So I just flipped it over and tied it off just like that. And I make sure that it's real tight because you don't want this to come loose. Make sure that it's really tight. Just like that. I'm going to do it one more time because I had to double knot mine. There we go. I'm going to tie it right through right there. Okay, and so what you're going to do, I never cut off all the way to the end of the knot because it's going to loosen it up. What you do is just cut off just a little bit above it. Just like that. And do not throw these away. You're going to need these in a second, okay? Take this out. So we're going to go to this end. So this end is also drawstringed. So you're going to grab this and make sure that you put it into your needle, just like that. Slide it in, and then you're going to push that through, just like that. And see, with that one, you see how I pulled it one more time? With this end, you're always going to want to make sure that it's super duper tight, okay? And then we're going to just slide it just like that, okay? And then just keep this piece out, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to tie it off. So I'm going to tie those just like that. And then I'm going to double knot it so it doesn't come loose, okay? And then you're going to get your scissors. Don't clip all the way at the knot because it's going to bring it loose. Just like that. So there we go. This is our little body so far. So now with those scraps that you have left over, you're going to flip it over and find one of the cotton balls. And then in between that cotton ball, I just want you to pull it up just a little bit, just like that. So you have some space for your fingers right there, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to tie the head off. You're going to tie it off just like that. You're going to give it a little defined head, okay? So you just tie it up just like that. And then I always wrap mine around twice. So I'm going to flip it over and tie it off like this. And this is also a good way for, you can make dolls with this, make other types of little creatures with it. It really just depends, okay? So I have that tied, and then I'm going to tie it one more time because better safe than sorry, okay? So tie it just like that, and then you're going to, again, clip off at the end. Don't clip it all the way at the knot, okay? There we go. So you have your little friend, and see if it looks a little bit too long, like you have two little guys like that sticking out. You can cut it a little bit closer, but do not cut like directly on your knot because your knot's going to come out. And then you're going to lose your anchor, okay? There we go. Give it a little haircut. And then this is your little body. So now what you're going to do is you're going to grab 2 of those pipe cleaners. I'm going to grab 2 of them. And for this little guy, I have 2 of them, 2 pipe cleaners on him. Okay, so now what you're going to do, I flip it over to a side, and you know, like, you're always going to have loose little stitches in there. So see right here how there's like a loose stitch, you can kind of see where the cotton ball is. That's probably your best place. So what you're going to do is you're going to slide the pipe cleaner through. You're going to slide it through there, okay? And then what I always do is I'm going to not crisscross my 2. So I'm going to crisscross them and crease them just like that so they stay, okay? And now what you're going to do is you're going to lay it back down, and then you're going to push it through another stitch, okay? Be very careful that you don't poke yourself. It doesn't really matter where it pokes through on the yarn because the yarn isn't really going to rip. It's not going to rip it too much. But, you know, you're going to want to keep those together. So a little bit above where I slid it through, I put it in another part of the stitch. And so now I'm just kind of pulling it through. If you get like some loose yarn, like what's happening to me right here, I just take the scissors and I just do like an itty bitty clip of the yarn that's on there, okay? You can also use your hook to pull it loose, okay? So slide it through just like that, okay, to make the little butterfly wing, okay? And then see right here, you're going to grab this end right here, and you're going to slide it right over the other wing, okay? So we're going to slide it just like this. There we go. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist these 2 like that. I'm going to twist them. Okay, and then now this is the part to make sure that your wings stay in place, okay? You're going to take these and you're going to flip them over just like that, okay? And then we're going to do it again and flip it over just like that. There we go. Then you're going to take these little guys and I just tuck them in, okay? So I just, you know, like I just kind of wrap them around like that so there's nothing poking you. I'm going to do the same on this wing. And see, it doesn't really matter how big your wings are or how small you make them, just make sure that they stay attached, okay? There we go. So those are our first set of wings. And you can technically stop here and you got a fairy. But I like butterflies, so I'm going to slide this pipe cleaner through here. I'm going to slide it through up here. And then you're going to, in the same way, you're going to pull it all the way through. I make sure that they're even. Because, you know, butterflies' wings are pretty even and symmetrical. So you're going to tie those over, just like that. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to pull this through, pull it through my stitch, just like that. Again, I'm going to pull the other side through that same stitch, pull it just like that. Okay. Okay, just like there. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the last set. You know, like to shape them a little bit. And I'm going to tie those all together, just like that. I'm going to tie them off. And then I'm going to take these little guys and see if they get a little too close. You can pull them out a little bit. I'm going to take it and then I'm going to twist the wing just like that, okay? And then I'm going to twist this in just like that. And then I'm going to just tie those off. I like to make sure that they stay connected to each other. So I just tie the bottom one to the top, just like that. And then you can do the same on this end. Okay. And then just separate your butterfly wings. Just separate them out. And then you're going to tie that little guy up. And then and slide it on the wing. Just make sure that you're hiding those pointy parts, okay? And then there we go. So we have our two little wings on our little butterfly. I like to shape mine up a little bit, add a little point to them. There we go. And there is your little butterfly. He's not perfect for this one, but that's okay. And you can always try again. I added some extra supplies in there so you could try them more than one time. But thanks guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys like this craft. Make sure that you share them with me and that you share them with your family and show them off to everybody. I can't wait to see you guys next week for our last session. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!